And welcome back. I hope you had a good Christmas. Santa bought me a new coat. Nice warm coat to wrap me up in. Okay, this time I decided to take a look at Peppermint OS. And once you fire it up in the live environment, this is what you're greeted with. The Peppermint OS. Less is more. You got suggested Peppermint Hub, Pep Docs, Build Log. Come join the conversation about Peppermint OS in the community. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and install this into a VM. I'm actually running this on my little stream book I got way back over there. And it's not bad. Debian is more restrictive on their stuff, but these guys have the restricted repositories enabled by default, so it's working out pretty good. So let's get to it. Let's go ahead and click on the installer. And it's a Calamares installer, and I have a news article about the Calamares installer, but we'll get into that later. All right. Welcome to Peppermint Installer. This program will ask you questions and set up Peppermint on your computer. And it's just a standard Calamares installer. Location. Thing right there. I'm over on the West Coast. Los Angeles is good enough. Click next. Keyboard, US English default. And if you want to test it out to make sure it is, there's your little area right there to input some text. Okay, partitions. Basically, we want to erase the disk. And right here, I wish Ubuntu would do this, but they don't. It allows you to from F2FS, XFS, or ext4 as your file hierarchy choose from. And then right next to it, you have no swap, no hibernate, swap with hibernate, and swap to file. Okay, if you click on this and you watch the bar down here, you'll see the difference. It gives you, since I gave it a 30 gig slice of the drive there, you get 3 gigabytes of swap. If you want to swap with hibernate, it gives you 8 gigs of swap. And swap to file takes up the whole thing, and the file grows and shrinks as you need it. That's why a lot of people like the swap file over the swap partition, because if your drive gets full and you run out of space, sometimes bad things happen. And recently I ran across an article. Well, not an article. It was Ask Ubuntu. I believe it was Ask Ubuntu. But anyways, somebody asking, well, I got like 32 gigs of memory. Is swap really necessary anymore? Well, yes and no. With that much memory, you'll never really need swap. But there are programs that require swap to work. They push some information off into it as you're running them. And if you go and look at it, look at your swap partition or swap file, you'll all, after you run those programs, you will see like 8 megs, 10 megs, a gig, depending on what you're doing. I had one time my entire 8 gig swap get filled up. I was installing a program through, oh geez, what was it? Man, My brain just went south. Bottles. There we go. Into bottles. It was a game, and it would fill up my. It was a 46 gigabyte game, and it would go all the way up to 8 gigs and then freeze up. First time it happened, I didn't know what was going on. So I had to reboot my system. And then I realized that it was using my swap memory and filling it up. So if I would stop the download, pause the download, close the program out, reboot the system, and then restart it again, and continue on from where it was at and then on. I did that like 4 or 5 times. Okay. You can also encrypt the system. But if you do that and you forget your encryption password, everything on the hard drives, you'll never see it again. It's a good thing to do it if your data is data that you don't want anybody else to have access to. I usually skip it because all the data that I have, I always put it on a storage drive, and the storage drive is encrypted. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and click on next here and continue the installation. Type in my name. We'll just leave all the basics here and type the password, super secret sauce. And if you want to log in automatically, you can tick this box right here, but I don't recommend it. If you install it like on a laptop or something like that, you let it log in automatically. Somebody has access to your entire system. And oh, yeah, I do recommend encrypting your drive if you have a laptop too, by the way. Okay, the summary. Excuse me. Create 2 MS-DOS partition table on DevSDA. Create new 31 gigabyte, 31.5 gigabytes partition DevSDA with file system ext4. Flag 31509 megabytes. ext4 partition is boot. Install Peppermint on new ext4 system partition. Install bootloader on DevSDA. Click next or install, and away we go. And I'm going to go and pause this because I got something else I got to do while this is installing. We'll be back in just a moment. Okay, we're all done, so we're going to go ahead and reboot it. Ready. What I figured out is it requires UEFI in a VM turned on. It was that simple. Took me 2 tries, and on the third one, I got it. Well, 3 tries, and then, you know. All right, now we come to the welcome screen for the Peppermint OS. Suggested is what you need to go for. Get your web browsers on here. So we are going to go for, that's a VM thing. It's cut part of it off. Oh, well. We're going to go with Firefox. And then you type in your password. She'll install. And while that's installing, we're going to poke around the system. Okay, as mentioned before, it's the XFCE desktop with bunch of basic programs installed. Now you can go with the minimal, and none of this will even be on here. I went with more of the full browser, full installation. We got that. I'd recommend you grab Firewall. Okay, why the heck did it open up the second one? I don't know. I must have hit it, duplicated. You know what? There's a short key function in the display in the terminal to clone it. Okay, so we did a firewall. Now you have snap package platform or flat package platform. I am just going to do flat pack. And you know, this is just to get you started, get the software repositories and everything you want set up. Now you can install the GNOME software, time shift and backup tool. If you want to try this out. Here's the Peppermint Hub. Network, printers, disk utilities, H blocks, system info, daily, pulse audio, user groups, and XFCE settings. Oh, I think it was X daily. Okay, now this is interesting. Check app repository for updates. Helps you run your updates and then your updates for your system. And it cleans the system up for you to an extent. Okay, install 3 packages, upgrade to 142, total download 364 megabytes, 364.1 megabytes, and disk space required 473.8. So we'll just hit the menu and we'll take a look at. It's got advanced network configuration appearance. Let's go by accessories. Application finder, bulk rename, clipboard manager, disk menu editor, screenshot, task manager, WinRAR file manager, archiver, light DM GTK plus gradings, mousepad, plank, and VM. Now plank's already pre-installed. You just got to put it on. Excuse me. You got to put it in your auto start folder, and then that'll come up when you boot. And it has Vim installed. Graphics, we have document scanner and image magic. Internet, we now have Firefox, ESR, and Kumo. Kumo, I believe, is a remote connection program. Multimedia, just have pulse, audio volume. Now back in the little start center thing right here. It you have access to media players. And in settings, you have a whole bunch of stuff like color preferences, clipboard manager, appearance, desktop display, file manager settings, firewall configuration, front end for your firewall, menu editor, mouse touchpad notifications, power manager, printer, panel, settings editor, synaptic package manager, window manager tweaks, window manager, XFCE terminal, LightDM greetings, panel profiles, Peppermint Hub, pulse audio, text editor settings, time and date, user groups, and welcome to Peppermint. And she's still going. So we're going to go and pause this, and we'll be back in 2 shakes of a stick. If people still say that. Okay, just so everybody knows, this is Nala. And they have it set up way better than I ever did. Not only will it install all your packages, it will So available package update complete. Remove unnecessary packages from API cache, and it will also remove old dependencies not required by the system. So just follow along. Oops. Just follow along and yeah. Clear browser thumbnail caches. Want to clear them? Clear the recently used list in Firefox. Clear it. Cache icons, add user share icons. Clear it. Reconfirm Peppermint branding in OS release. Yes. For SSDs, trim eligible AXT2/3/4 file systems. Why? Having an SSD. Press any key continue. Have an NVMe drive over in the laptop. I do the same thing with. Okay, that finished it out. It closed out before I had a chance to start recording again. And back over here in the software tools, over here is, you guys suggested, that's where we're just at. You have App Image Hub. And if you want to install app images on there, you click on this and you get the app image launcher. Browse all apps, join the App Image Hub. Look at a bunch of app images there. I'll have to check it out some other time, but all by my lonesome. Because I go into everything on this thing, it's going to be for a long time. And this one is Synaptic Package Manager for it. So you want to type in your password when you click on that. Unfortunately, half of this cut off. You can't really see. So this is the first time startup. It says the software in your system is organized in so-called packages. The package manager enables you to install, to upgrade, or to remove software packages. You should reload the package information regularly. Otherwise, you could miss important security update. Yeah, that. Security upgrades. Then goes on. And this is the old package manager that most of the distributions used to use until they decided to branch out on their own. Things like KDE has Discovery, GNOME has GNOME Software, stuff like XFCE, LXQT, desktop environments like those tend to use a Synaptic Package Manager. And you utilize that, you just click on the search up over here, type in search. Let's do games. And what that does, it'll parse the repositories and show you all the games that you can download from the repositories. And close that out. You have the GNOME Web Store, which we did not install, and we have the FlatHub. That'll take you straight to https://flathub.org. And you can do you do it manually. If you install the GNOME software, you can do this through that. They'll show up. So let's look for oh, that's the one I wanted to. Couldn't remember the name of that. Heck, we'll just click on that and we'll install it. Now, there's two ways you can do this. Click here. Go to the menu. And enter. Oh, what the heck? I did not install it correctly. Install it correctly on mine. Let's pause this. I'll fix that. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to grab Firefox. We're going to go to FlatHub. And then we're going to install it that way. I missed a step somewhere. That's on me, not on Peppermint. Click on Setup, FlatHub. We're going to go with Debian. Okay. Copy this. Type in sudo. And then paste. And enter. Put in your password. Okay, it's already on there. Okay, we need to install this. Or make sure it's installed. The reason I'm running through this is to see where the error is on it. And I forgot to type sudo before I posted that in there. That's what it was, the plugin. And then we're going to have to go get the back end and the repository. It looks like just the basic part of it was put in there. And it's supposed to be tied to the GNOME software store. Come on now, hurry up. Come on, little doggy. Okay, we did that. App install Plasma Discover backend Flatpak. Don't need that. We do need this. Okay. And note that the directories var lib Flatpak export share homes are not, and then blah 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 blah. So application installed by Flatpak may now appear. Okay. Now we'll be able to get it. Like I said, there was 2 ways you can do this. All right. And you want to hit Y. And there's a way you can set this up for system-wide or just for the user. That's out of the scope of this video. And this is going to take a while. So I'm going to go ahead and pause it again. And then we'll be back in just a moment. Or how that one guy used to say it? We'll be back in 2 and 2. I can't remember what. Oh, it was Wheel of Fortune. Pat Sajak. Not Pat Sajak. The guy before him. That's who used to do that. Okay, she is done. So, minimize this. We'll go find something else. Oh, wait. Now let's run this sucker. Click on that. Just to make sure it works. And paste. Enter. Okay, there we go. There we go. And there's Linux Show Player. Close that back out. We've already installed this, so we're gonna have to pick something else. RSolo. Trying to get something really fast here that's really easy. And most of these are big downloads. Trust me, I've downloaded a lot of these, so I know. What the heck, we'll do Fedora Media Writer. That's not too big. Okay, click on install. It's going to download it. And open your folder up. Right click on it. Open software install. It's going to take a minute. We're in a VM, so it's a little bit slower. Did it install? Okay, well, let's find out. Put some extra stuff out here. We don't need all this anymore. There you go. And you click on that and it'll install it. I thought there for a second it was going to actually run that. But it did exactly what I thought it was going to do. All right, so we're going to go ahead and pause. And then we'll wind this section up. I would definitely recommend Peppermint OS. It's a good, stable system. It's been around since 2010. Right now I got it on my laptop. And everything I've run into is just, it's on me because I'm not familiar with the way they do things. So when you're new, don't hold that against the distro. Just know it's just a different way of doing it. So, all right. So we're going to go and wrap that up here because I apologize, but I just don't feel like it. Unless there's a thing here where they do it. Nope, this is all how to install it. Make sure there's nothing else on here. Come on, keep going. Download install. Peppermint OS. Go to the main. I am on the main. Yep. But that's it for now on this one. Stick around if you want to hear about the Peppermint Installer, and I'm also going to show you how to partition up a hard drive and install manually.